Well, hello there, class. Well, today we are going to be rounding decimals, so in your table of contents, please write rounding decimals. Now, I know rounding is nothing new for you guys. I'm just going to go out using the thousandths place now. Okay, rounding decimals. Okay, and so we're going to go to our next available page. Okay, and we'll title it Rounding Decimals. And today's date is August the 27th, 2018. Okay. So I've got 3 rules for rounding. I'm sure you've heard all of these before. So, rule number 1. Underline the digit you want to round. So let's say our number is 4 332 thousandths, and our directions are round to the nearest hundredth. Okay, this is where it becomes very important that you know your decimal place value. Okay? So what I might recommend is to draw a little place value chart over here. Tenths, hundredths, and thousandths, right? And then put my number underneath of that. So I've got 4 332 thousandths. Okay? Now, it says to round to the nearest hundredth, so I'm going to look here. Well, it looks like my 3 is in the hundredths column, so I'm going to underline that. Okay? I'm underlining the 3. Okay. Rule number 2. Look at the digit to the right. Okay? So here we go. I've got 4 332 thousandths. Okay. I'm going to round to the nearest hundredth, so yes, I've underlined the 3, and I'm going to look at the digit to the right. Okay, so that's the thousandths place in this case. And that's a 2, right? Okay. So I'm going to look at that 2, and I'm going to determine if that 2 is big enough to bump that 3 up, or does the 3 need to stay the same? So, rule number 3. If the digit to the right is 5 or more, so that would be the numbers 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, round up. Okay. If the digit to the right is 4 or less, so that would be 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0. Leave it alone. and then rule number 4, all numbers to the right of place value you are rounding become zeros. Okay, so that means that 4 and 332 thousandths, okay, I'm underlining my 3, I'm looking at the 2, okay, the 2 is 4 or less, so that means the 3 is going to stay the same and the 2 becomes a 0. So 4 and 332 thousandths becomes 4 and 330 thousandths, or you can just leave the 0 off altogether. So let's try this one. 6 and 329 thousandths. So we're going to underline, we're going to round this to the nearest hundredth as well. So we're going to underline the 2. The 2 looks at the 9. Is the 9 big enough? Yes, it is. So that means the 2 becomes a 3. And remember, all numbers to the right of the place value you're rounding become zeros. So we have 6, 3, and that becomes a 3, and the 9 becomes a 0. Okay. Now let me throw a tricky one in here for you. Let's do 7, or no, excuse me. Let's do 6 and 732 thousandths. And let's round to the nearest whole number. Okay. Let's try that one and see what you get. Okay, that is all for today.